Welcome back, fine folks. We are here in Hadenfield, Illinois, which in reality is actually beautiful Salt Lake City. Fall is in the air. Beautiful leaves are changing and falling to the ground. We're here to do some Halloween 4, the Return of Michael Myers filming locations. And let me start off with a little fun fact. None of the Halloween movies ever have been filmed in Illinois. They've been filmed in California, Salt Lake City here, Georgia, North Carolina, South Carolina. Not in Illinois. I don't know why. Go figure. But also here, Halloween 4 was filmed here, like I said, but also Halloween 5 and 6 also filmed here. But we don't have time to do all those. We're only going to do Halloween 4 because it's one of my personal favorites. So I'm excited to see it. I remember in 1988 when this movie came out, October of '88 to be exact. I lived in Charleston, South Carolina at the time, and me and a buddy went to see a special midnight showing of this movie. So it brings back so many great memories for me. So I'm really excited after all these years to come here and see these filming locations. So if I get a little emotional, don't worry about it. Just skip over that part. You don't need to see that. So let's stop this yapping and head on out.
10 years ago, on the night of October 31st, a small Midwestern town fell victim to an escaped killer. Under the cover of darkness, he carried out the most horrifying mass murder on record. 16 people in cold blood. Ever since that night, no one has forgotten his name. And Halloween has never been the same. Now, Michael Myers has come home. He has returned for one more night of unholy terror.
Michael! Somebody help me!
He's here to kill that little girl and anybody who gets in his way.
Oh, God!
Who's gonna be next?
Halloween 4, the return of Michael Myers.
Maybe nobody knows how to stop him.
quiet neighborhood of Salt Lake City lies Ridgemont Federal Sanitarium. Now, it's not really a sanitarium. At one point, this building was a VA hospital. It's now condominiums. But in the opening scene, you're going to see the ambulance drive up to the front of Ridgemont Sanitarium, pulls up to right here. And you're going to see that little walkway on the left hand side, and up there on the brick wall it does say Ridgemont Federal Sanitarium. Now, there's actually not a driveway to pull a vehicle in here. It's all grass. So yeah, just made to look like you could. Then you see the ambulance kind of pull off to going absolutely nowhere because there's a brick wall. It's all movie magic. They made it look like there was a driveway up to the sanitarium. Now, after the ambulance drives off, you're going to see the camera kind of pans up to the sanitarium. You can't really see it because all the trees that have grown, but you can kind of get a glimpse of it back there. This is probably as good as it's going to get. I mean, it's not the best view, but again, it's kind of hard to see through all the trees, leaves, and all that. So, but that's it. Ridgemont Federal Sanitarium. That's where went to pick up Michael Myers in the beginning of the film and transporting him to Smith's Grove Sanitarium. Well, let's just say that transport didn't quite go as planned. First time we see the Kurther's house is right in this establishing shot. You're going to see the school bus coming down that road as it says Hadenfield, Illinois, October 31st, 1988. Camera kind of pans that way. You do see the houses in the background, and it's just moving, and it's moving. The camera's moving this way, and it stops right here. That, my friends, is the Kurther's house. Closer look of the house. And you know what I think is really cool? They're embracing the whole Halloween 4 vibe. Look at that. They got a Halloween 4 pillow right up there. You see it? A pumpkin. And look at that. There's even a Halloween flag. Now, all the interiors were used in the film as well, but yeah, it's pretty much, I mean, it's all remodeled. I mean, it's not even recognizable inside. But yeah, the owners of the house do embrace the film, and you got to love that when people do that. You know, they know it's an iconic house here in Salt Lake. People come to visit and, you know, be respectful, of course, and, you know, take pictures and videos like we're doing, but that's cool. You got to love that. Now, at one point in the movie, you're going to see that window right there. You're going to see Jamie staring out across the street. It's raining. What does she see? The ambulance. It's the same ambulance that was transporting Michael. And you're going to see it. It's right across the street. And right about this vantage point right here, that's where Jamie's looking at, and you're going to see the ambulance just sitting right there. Was it a figment of her imagination or foreshadowing of things to come? Now, we do see this house a little later on in the film as well. You're going to see coming out the front door, it's where Rachel takes Jamie trick-or-treating. They have no idea what awaits them. Now, at the end of this movie, again, all the interiors were filmed inside, but at the end, you're going to see Jamie stabs her mother-in-law with some scissors, but as she's coming down towards the stairs, you're going to see Loomis look up and see her. That's when he goes, "No, no, no," and he tries to shoot her. Yeah, Loomis tried to shoot a little kid.
No! 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 No!
It's right about here. You're going to see Loomis heading our way, and you see that metal guardrail, and then there's that concrete wall. Well, that's still intact, but right about where we're standing, you're going to see Loomis turn in to my left his right. But there's no turning anymore. This guardrail kind of, it keeps extending out towards us. So, but when he does turn in, it's about right there. And he heads over into this area. You see the bridge there in the background, but all this foliage and all the trees, that wasn't here at the time of filming. So you see a lot of it has grown since 1988.
When did this happen?
Sometime in the night. They probably lost the road in the storm and came down the embankment. It happens.
An accident?
Yes, sir.
You believe that?
Why should I?
How many people in the bus?
4 plus Myers.
How many bodies did you find?
It's hard to tell. They're all chewed up.
All right, we've made our way down here to the bridge. This is where the ambulance was upside down in the water, right about the middle of your screen. And over to the right, you're going to see that rock wall too in the frame. Now the ambulance, really, what's it doing down here? Well, if you've never seen Halloween 4, the ambulance was transporting Michael from Ridgemont Federal Sanitarium to Smith's Grove Sanitarium. And Michael was in a comatose state for the last 10 years. So they were transporting him over. Well, guess what? He snapped out of his coma, killed everyone on board the ambulance, flipped over, and here it sits in this beautiful little creek. But that's where it happened. It was sitting right there. And Loomis knew exactly where he was headed, tracking down Michael, who's on his way to Hadenfield. Before we head on, I just wanted to show you one last thing. A little view of the bridge from the opposite side. You can see more of it from over here. So I just wanted to give you a little view of the opposite side of it. Show you how it looks. It's kind of peaceful out here, actually. There's a few cars going up over on that overpass in front of me, but it's not bad. It's peaceful. I see why Michael tipped over the ambulance here, why it flipped over in this little creek right behind me. It's peaceful. I mean, if you're gonna flip a car, this is the place to do it, right? We're out here in beautiful Stockton, Utah. We are out here at Penny's Cafe. So in this scene, you're gonna see Loomis coming down this road right here. He's gonna pull in right about where it says Penny's Cafe. And about the middle of your screen, that's where the gas pumps would have been. Now, Penny's Cafe has changed considerably since 1988. As it's no longer a service station, the diner and everything has been heavily renovated and remodeled. And we're gonna go inside and take a look as well. And show you a few things that happened in there and try to line things up the best we can.
Again, the interior has been heavily renovated. The Abraham Lincoln photos you see on the back wall next to Loomis, it's all gone. It's been removed so that the diner could extend into the area behind it. But that's where Loomis turns around.
Michael?
God damn you.
You're gonna see old Loomis come out that door right there, looking for Michael. And right over here to the right, you're gonna see these two garage doors. They are still standing. And that second one is where the tow truck comes crashing through Michael's driving. And you see that doorway right to the right? Yeah, you can see that doorway in this shot as well. It's still here.
Michael!
After Michael comes crashing through that garage door, he's going to be coming around, speeding out this way. Loomis takes a couple shots at him. Gas pumps explode. And Right over there by that red door, actually over there by that ice machine, that's where Loomis kind of jumps over some barrels to get away from the explosion. And you're gonna see Michael, he takes off right down that road, headed towards Hadenfield. Welcome to Hadenfield Elementary School, or as it's known in real life, this is the McGillis School. This is where Jamie is seen running down the hallway because a bunch of kids are taunting her, calling her an orphan. I'm telling you, like I said, kids can be absolute jerks, but you're gonna see her come running out this doorway right there, and she'll come down this way, and you're gonna see her walking along this wall. Wall hasn't changed a bit. Same exact pattern as it was back in 1988. She's gonna run up to this tree right here, right there. Then you're gonna see Rachel pull up right about from this angle. That's where Jamie gets in. They're headed to Vincent Drug to go find her a nice little Halloween costume. Welcome to Midvale, Utah. So after picking Jamie up from school, Rachel and Lindsay are driving down this road right here. See the camera kind of pan this way. They're taking her to Vincent Drug. This is where she's gonna look for her Halloween costume. But you're also gonna notice the tow truck is here that Michael was driving. Now, even though Vincent Drug is no longer here, you'll notice to the right is that antique store. You're gonna see it when Rachel, Lindsay, and Jamie drive up. Right there to the right. Now, the Vincent Drug sign is still there, but the main sign that was right there is gone. Now, from what I've read online, they took that sign down in 2017 as part of an estate sale. That's just what I read online, but the drugstore itself actually closed down in 2003, but it's been around since the 40s. And here's a little fun fact. The same drugstore was used in The Sandlot. Now, the interiors of Vincent Drug were filmed somewhere else. That is no longer around. It was a place called Mill Creek Pharmacy, but it's now a beauty salon, so there's really no point in going over there. It's all remodeled. But this is what the inside of Vincent Drug looks like now. Bunch of rubble. But this is where Brady and Kelly Meeker worked as well. It was inside Vincent Drug, not the actual Vincent Drug, Mill Creek Pharmacy, where Rachel broke the news to Brady that she could not go out with him that night because she had to take her little stepsister Jamie trick-or-treating. But what does Brady end up doing? Oh, you'll see. All right, we're on a little busy stretch of the road here, but this scene right here is you're gonna see Loomis after he leaves Penny's Cafe and his car blows up. He's hitchhiking down this road right here. And it's about, give or take, right here you're gonna see the Hadenfield sign. It also says Chicago, and there's some other city on there. I can't really remember what it is, but it's about right here. And you see that little curve, how the road curves off to the left? You'll also see that in the scene, the way it curves off. But yeah, Loomis here hiking, or hitchhiking, I should say. This is where a car pulls over, a couple jocks, some cheerleaders. Loomis runs up to the car thinking he's gonna get a nice ride into Hadenfield. Well, nope, as soon as he gets to the car, they take off. I'll tell you, kids are just jerks. But you see those little rocks off in the distance there? Kinda, sorta, right about the middle of your screen. You're gonna see that in the background where Loomis is hitchhiking. So after the car takes off, another car pulls up, a little truck. Well, that's old Reverend Sayer. He picks up Loomis, drives him right into Hadenfield. We're here in this beautiful little neighborhood park on the outskirts of downtown Salt Lake. Now, this park is in a brief little scene. You're going to see a bunch of kids running around, throwing toilet paper everywhere. It's Halloween, so that's what you do, I guess. You know, completely trash the park. But you know this is the spot because you see right about to the left of your screen, there's a road that's kind of going up. You see that in the shot as well as the kids are running around. So, I mean, the park has changed a little bit. There's been some, you know, improvements, new things. Old things are gone. New things have gone in, but this is the spot right here.
Thanks. Okay.
Jamie, wait for me.
This is great, Rachel. Come on.
Oh, my, what a cheery little found. See what I have for you. There you are, sweetheart.
Thank you.
You're welcome, honey. Had enough?
No way. Halloween's great. Can we stay out all night?
Forget it, kiddo. We're home by 8 o'clock.
Before I show you this next spot, let me just show you how pretty it is out here in the fall. And I think when they were filming the Halloweens 4, 5, and 6 out here, I think they did their best they can to kind of conceal the mountain ranges. As we know, Illinois is not known for their mountainous terrain, but boy is it pretty. Lots of yellow leaves. But we're going to focus right here at this house at 282 North Canyon Road. This is where you see Jamie and Rachel begin their trick-or-treat excursion. And obviously this is a dead giveaway. This is the right house. You see that oval window right there to the right of the door. You see that right when they're up there trick-or-treating in the shot. Now, when they're done with this house, they mosey along this little sidewalk here. Let's kind of follow along. And you're going to see this house. This is 278 North Canyon Road. They walk up to that door for some more tricks and treats. Welcome to beautiful Ellis Mansion. In the movie, this is the Meeker house. This is where Rachel and Jamie end up coming to trick-or-treat. Now, before this, they were over on Canyon Road trick-or-treating, which actually is about 1.5 miles away from here. So, again, movie magic, it seems like this was right around the corner or across the street. But Meeker house. So they go up to the door, the trick-or-treaters. You're going to see Kelly Meeker, who's the sheriff's daughter, answer. You see where those 2 stone lion statues are as they're walking up to knock on the door? It's where the jack-o'-lanterns were sitting. Now, as Kelly Meeker's handing out the candy to the trick-or-treaters, Rachel notices Brady in the background. Brady was supposed to have a date with Rachel that night, but Jamie had to take her stepsister trick-or-treating instead, so Brady made other plans to dip the pen in the company ink with Kelly Meeker, the sheriff's daughter. So once Brady sees Rachel, they come running down this walkway, down those stairs, through this little gate. Brady's trying to explain himself. Good luck with that, buddy. And this is how Rachel and Jamie ended up separating, because Jamie takes off with her friends to go trick-or-treating, and they walk along right here. Now, this building right here, this is where Michael's standing watching Rachel and Jamie trick-or-treating. But all actuality, if Michael was technically watching them, he wouldn't be able to see them from this angle. Where their trick-or-treating's a block over the other way, so just movie magic. But yeah, Michael was standing right there being a peeping Tom. Now, once the town finds out that Michael Myers is on the loose, they come around scooping up their kids from trick-or-treating. You're going to see that scene happens right about from here. You see that house right there to the left of your screen. And then right about the middle of your screen, you're going to see that house with the American flag on it. You're going to see all that in the shot, and the camera kind of pans down this way. See the parents driving by, scooping up their kids, kind of like Mario Kart. You just driving by and or slipping and sliding. Get in, kids! There's a killer on the loose. Now up here on Canyon Side Road, you're going to see Rachel come around that bend. You're going to see that garage right behind her in the center of your screen. Yeah, she's looking for Jamie because yeah, she kind of lost her. That's when Jamie took off on her own, was trick-or-treating with her friends, and Rachel was having that heated discussion with Brady. himself is also looking for Rachel. You're going to see her walking along this little wall that's non-existent. It's right here along 236 North Canyon Road. But she's going to be walking along this way. And she kind of stops right here at the corner and looks. You're going to see that house right there in the center of your screen, and to the right, this is where the trick-or-treaters were picked up by their parents earlier in the film. And as Jamie leaves this area, you're going to see the camera focus in on a jack-o'-lantern sitting right there on that railing. You see Rachel coming up this road right here, searching for Jamie. She can't find her. And you're going to notice to the left, you see those iron rails. You're going to see those to the right of Rachel. Uh-oh, here comes the trash man. As Rachel's looking around for Jamie, she looks down this little dirt road right here, sees Michael standing in the distance staring at her. Well, after she sees him, she takes off. Take you guys on a stroll with me here down Canyon Road. This is such an amazing little neighborhood. I mean, it's just literally on the outskirts of downtown. It's so quiet and peaceful. You see a lot of people out here walking their dogs, people out here jogging, just sitting, listening to whatever through their headphones. I mean, it's beautiful. It's the epitome of fall, in my opinion. I can see why the filmmakers chose this area to film the 3 Halloween movies here. I mean, it makes sense. But check this out. I wanted to focus on this a little bit. A lot of the people really embrace Halloween here, which is great. I love that. Look at that guy. I don't know, when I walked by him earlier, I thought he was flipping the bird, but no, he's like, welcome, welcome to Salt Lake City. Well, Jamie and Rachel finally reunite right here. We're still on Canyon Road. You're gonna see that building in the background, that's Ottinger Hall. And up comes Sheriff Meeker and Loomis. Once Meeker and Loomis show up in the car, you're going to see some other Michael Myers pop up around the area. A plethora of Michael Myers, if you will. The first one's going to be standing right here. You're going to see those windows right next to him. Now the tree's in the way, so obviously that wasn't here at the time of filming. But yeah, the first Michael was standing right there. A funny thing, Lewis claims he could see him from where they pulled in the patrol car, but they pulled in a little ways down the road there, so there's no way he would have seen him standing here. But again, how would we know? It's this movie magic. The other Michael was standing right here between 244 and 238 North Canyon Road. You can see those 2 little skinny windows right beside him. After Loomis almost shot those teenagers who were out here trying to be funny, you're going to see him get back into the police car, take off, and head down that road right there while the real Michael Myers looks on.
Hey, you. This is city property. No trespassing. What are you, deaf? Don't try that Halloween shit with me.
Well, we've come to a memorable scene in the movie. Right here, look at that thing. It's the Hadenfield substation. Now, obviously, we're not going to go inside because, you know, it's probably not allowed. And obviously, this is the Hadenfield substation. It's right here in Midvale, Utah. This is where Bucky is working here at night, just doing his job, minding his own business. Notices Michael Myers standing inside there. Michael comes over, picks up Bucky, throws him into those circuits. Well, let's just say Bucky did not have a good night, and Bucky did not finish his shift. Yeah, folks, he got electrocuted. Then the scene cuts over to 2 homes that lose power, all because of this. Yep. The moral of the story is, don't work the night shift at the substation. Rest in peace, Bucky. So while Bucky's getting electrocuted over at the substation, you're gonna see this house right here lose power. And right next door is the other house. Back to back, or actually side by side. Thanks a lot, Bucky. You shot power to the neighborhood. Way to ruin Halloween. Look at those beautiful mountains of Hadenfield, Illinois. Boy, who knew Illinois had such a fabulous mountain range? Folks, look at this. This is the Midvale Fire Station. What once stood here was the Hadenfield Police Department. That building was demolished in 2016. However, you're probably wondering, why are we even here then? Well, because of this. Look, when you see Bucky and his vigilantes pull up, you see Loomis and Meeker coming out of the fire station, but you're gonna see those two homes there in the background. See that little triangular rooftop right there across the street, but that's the only real significant marker remaining from the police station days. Welcome to beautiful Memory Grove Park, right outside downtown Salt Lake. You see the state capitol looming overhead, but it's in this beautiful park. You're going to see Earl and his gang of vigilantes pull up in the pickup truck on the hunt for Michael Myers. Well, they pull up facing this monument right here. It's a World War I memorial. And they start shooting because they see someone rustling around in those bushes. Well, they thought it was Michael Myers. Never actually saw anybody. They just assumed it was Michael, and they just start shooting. Well, it turns out they killed old Ted Hollister. Now, what Ted Hollister was doing rustling around in those bushes, I cannot tell you. We never see his corpse. This is where all that went down.
Shit, Earl. It's Ted Hollister.
Hopefully Earl and his vigilantes will stand trial for that murder, but who knows? You know, one thing I've noticed, you know, on YouTube, when some people do movie locations and you get to go see all that, they really only show you the actual location and what happened there in the scene. But there's times where I like to extend beyond that a little bit and show you everything around it. Because sometimes there's just some beauty in the eye of the beholder. And behold, beautiful Memory Grove Park. It is something out here. It's a beautiful fall afternoon. There's people out here with their dogs. Yeah, it's beautiful. Yeah, I just kind of want to give you guys a nice little 360. Kind of show you what the park looks like. Hey, look, it's Ted Hollister. Back from the grave. All right, folks, it's a wrap from Halloween 4, the return of Michael Myers here in Hadenfield, aka Salt Lake City. I tell you, this was a chore. These locations were scattered in and around the Salt Lake City area, so it took a good, probably 2 full days to film all this, but had to see it all, had to do it. It was my pleasure. Maybe one day we'll get to Halloween's 5 and 6, but that's for another adventure. So this adventure is concluded. Hope you enjoyed it. Have a happy Halloween, and we will see you down the road.